Software project management. The topic is categorization of software projects, setting objectives, management principles, management control. Categorization of software projects. The categories are compulsory versus voluntary users, information system versus embedded systems, outsources projects, objective-driven development. Information system interfaces with the organization, whereas an embedded system interfaces with the machine. Typical example for an information system can be inventory system maintained by an organization. An embedded system or an industrial system can be a process control system such as maintaining air conditioning equipment in a company. Projects also determined by possessing a present or meeting the objectives. The project that produces the product must meet all kinds of client requirements. The produced product must be justified by the client. The project is also required to satisfy certain objectives. The objectives can guide and motivate individuals or groups to perform well in their assigned tasks. In general, software projects have an objective-driven stage that recommends a new system to meet identified requirements and a project-driven stage to actually develop the product. Setting objectives. To develop a successful project, the project manager and the team members must be aware of factors that lead them to success. There must be well-defined objectives accepted by all the people involved in the development process. The project authority must be identified to have an overall authority over the project. This authority is governed by a project steering committee, also called as project management board. Day-to-day activities must be reported to the steering committee by the project manager at regular intervals. Any changes to the defined objectives can be done only by the steering committee. An effective objective scope for an individual must be within the individual's control. Objectives can be broken down into goals or sub-objectives in order to achieve them. SMART technique is used for a well-defined objective. Specific, concrete and well-defined up to the point. Measurable, measures the effectiveness. Achievable, power within the individual or the group. Relevant, satisfy the purpose of the project. Time-oriented, time limit for successful achievement of the project. Management principles. Division of work. According to this principle, the whole work is divided into small tasks. The specialization of the workforce according to the skills of a person, creating specific personal and professional development within the labor force and therefore increasing productivity, leads to specialization which increases the efficiency of labor. Authority and responsibility. This is the issue of commands followed by responsibility for their consequences. Authority means the right of a superior to give enhanced order to his subordinates. Responsibility means obligation for performance. Discipline. It is obedience, proper contact in relation to others, respect of authority, etc. It is essential for the smooth functioning of all organizations. Unity of command. This principle states that each subordinate should receive orders and be accountable to one and only one superior. If an employee receives orders from more than one superior, it is likely to create confusion and conflict. Unity of direction. All related activities should be put under one roof. There should be one plan of action for them, and they should be under the control of one manager. Subordination of individual interest to mutual interest. The management must put aside personal considerations and put company objectives firstly. Therefore, the interests of goals of the organization must prevail over the personal interests of individuals. Remuneration. Workers must be paid sufficiently, and this is the chief motivation of employees and therefore greatly influences productivity. The quantum and methods of remuneration payable should be fair, reasonable, and rewarding of effort. The degree of centralization. The amount of power wielded with the central management depends on company size. Centralization implies the concentration of decision-making authority at the top management. Line of authority, scalar chain. This refers to the chain of superiors ranging from top management to the lowest rank. The principle suggests that there should be a clear line of authority from top to bottom, linking all managers at all levels. Order. Social order ensures the fluid operation of a company through authoritative procedure. Material order ensures safety and efficiency in the workplace. Order should be acceptable and under the rules of the company. Equity. Employees must be treated kindly. The justice must be enacted to ensure a just workplace. Managers should be fair and impartial when dealing with employees, giving equal attention towards all employees. Stability of tenure of personnel. Stability of tenure of personnel is a principle stating that in order for an organization to run smoothly, personnel, that is especially managerial personnel, must not frequently enter and exit the organization. Initiative. Using the initiative of employees can add strength and new ideas to an organization. Initiative on the part of employees is a source of strength for organization because it provides new and better ideas. Employees are likely to take greater interest in the functioning of organization. Team spirit. This refers to the need of managers to ensure and develop morale in the workplace individually and communally. Team spirit helps develop an atmosphere of mutual trust and understanding. Team spirit helps to finish the task on time. Management control. The following are common types of management control. Structures. Organizational structures such as authority, roles, accountability, responsibility, and separation of concerns. Objectives, performance management, task assignment, setting expectations, supervision, measurements, monitoring. Thank you.